Hey everyone, and welcome back to History's Tapestry. Today, we're tackling a big one, a philosophy that has shaped history and continues to spark debate, Marxism. Now, before your eyes glaze over with memories of dry lectures, trust me, this is going to be epic. We're talking about power, class struggles, and the dream of a truly equal society. So grab your favorite beverage, maybe a little red flag for solidarity. Just kidding. Mostly. And let's get revolutionary. So, what exactly is Marxism? At its core, it's a social, political, and economic philosophy developed by two brilliant, and let's be honest, slightly intense, thinkers, Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. Think of it as a powerful lens through which to analyze society, particularly the way wealth and power are distributed. Now, let's break down some key concepts. First up, Marxism, pretty straightforward, right? It's named after our main man, Karl Marx. But the ideas themselves? They drew from a rich tapestry of philosophical and economic thought that came before. Think of it as Marx and Engels taking the best bits, adding their own groundbreaking insights, and creating a whole new intellectual powerhouse. Next, we have a big one, historical materialism. Now, this might sound intimidating, but it's actually a pretty cool way of looking at history. Marx and Engels argued that the driving force behind historical change isn't just ideas or great leaders, but rather the material conditions, how society organizes its production and distribution of goods. Think about it. How we get food, shelter, and everything else shapes our social structures, our laws, even our beliefs. It's all connected to the nitty-gritty of economic life. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the one thing Marxism is famously critical of: capitalism. Marx saw capitalism as a dynamic but deeply flawed system. While it's incredibly efficient at generating wealth, he argued that it inherently leads to inequality and exploitation. Think of the capitalist as someone who owns the means of production, the factories, the land, the tools. The workers, on the other hand, only have their labor to sell. Marx argued that the capitalist profits by paying workers less than the value they actually create. He called this surplus value. It's like baking a delicious cake, but only getting paid for the flour, not the whole darn masterpiece. This leads us directly to social classes. Marx saw society as fundamentally divided into classes based on their relationship to the means of production. In capitalist society, the main players are the bourgeoisie, the owners of capital, and the proletariat, the working class. He argued that these classes have inherently conflicting interests. The bourgeoisie wants to maximize profit, while the proletariat wants better wages and working conditions. It's like a never-ending tug-of-war. Now, where does all this lead? According to Marx, the inherent contradictions within capitalism would eventually lead to its downfall and the rise of communism. Now, hold on. Forget those scary Cold War images for a second. In Marxist theory, communism is the ultimate goal, a stateless, classless society where the means of production are owned communally and resources are distributed based on need, from each according to his ability, to each according to his need. That's the famous slogan. Think of it as everyone contributing what they can and receiving what they need to thrive. Sounds utopian, right? Well, getting there is the tricky part involving revolution and socialism. Marx believed that a revolutionary overthrow of the capitalist system by the proletariat was necessary to pave the way for socialism, a transitional phase where the state, controlled by the workers, would own and manage the means of production, gradually leading to communism. Think of socialism as the stepping stone, the bridge to that classless future. What about democracy? Now, this is where things get a bit nuanced. Marx wasn't against democracy in principle, but he argued that under capitalism, it was often a bourgeois democracy serving the interests of the ruling class. True democracy, in his view, could only be fully realized in a socialist and eventually communist society where economic power was more evenly distributed. Now, just like any powerful set of ideas, Marxism isn't a monolithic block. Over time, various schools of thought have emerged, interpreting and adapting Marx's ideas in different ways. We've got the classical Marxists, sticking closely to the original texts. Then there are the libertarian Marxists, emphasizing individual freedom and decentralization. Humanist Marxism focuses on the alienation of individuals under capitalism. The academic Marxists engage in rigorous scholarly analysis. And believe it or not, Marxist ideas have even influenced fields like archaeology, helping us understand past societies through a materialist lens, sociology, providing critical tools for analyzing social inequalities, economics, offering a powerful alternative to mainstream thought, education, prompting critical pedagogy and historiography, encouraging us to look beyond just great leaders and focus on the broader material forces shaping history. It's everywhere. Of course, no discussion of Marxism is complete without looking at the lives of the masterminds themselves, Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. These two were an intellectual powerhouse, a true bromance of revolutionary thought. Marx, the brilliant but often financially struggling philosopher and economist, and Engels, the more practically minded businessman who provided crucial support. Their collaboration produced some of the most influential texts of all time, including the Communist Manifesto and Das Kapital. Talk about a dynamic duo. Now, let's fast forward in history and look at a real-world attempt to put some of these ideas into practice. The Russian Revolution and the Soviet Union in the 20th century. This was a monumental event, a radical transformation of society inspired by Marxist ideas. However, the Soviet experiment, while initially filled with revolutionary fervor, ultimately faced significant challenges and criticisms regarding authoritarianism and economic inefficiencies. It's a complex and often debated chapter in history, a crucial case study in the possibilities and pitfalls of implementing Marxist-inspired change. Now, what about Marxism in the 21st century? Is it just a relic of the past? Absolutely not. In a world still grappling with economic inequality, social injustice, and the relentless pursuit of profit, Marxist ideas continue to resonate. Think about the Occupy movement, discussions about wealth distribution, and critiques of globalization. You can see echoes of Marxist analysis in these contemporary debates. It's a framework for understanding the world that refuses to go away. Look, understanding Marxism isn't about blindly following every single word Marx and Engels wrote. It's about engaging with a powerful set of ideas that can help us critically analyze the world around us, understand the root causes of inequality, and imagine alternative ways of organizing society. It's about questioning the status quo, demanding a fairer system, and believing in the potential for a more just future. So, don't be intimidated by the jargon or the historical baggage. Dive in. Explore these ideas, debate them, challenge them, because at its heart, Marxism is a call to action, a demand for a better world. And that, my friends, is something worth getting excited about. And that brings us to the end of our journey through the world of Marxism. But this isn't where the story ends. It's where your journey begins. The ideas we've explored today have the power to ignite change, to challenge injustice, and to inspire us to build a better future. So, take these ideas, share them, discuss them, and let them fuel your passion for a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. The future is not something that happens to us, it's something we create together. Thank you for joining me on History's Tapestry. Now, go out there and make history. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to join the movement and stay updated on more empowering insights. Until next time, stay curious, stay critical, and keep striving for a world that reflects the best of humanity. The revolution of ideas starts with you. Peace out and power to the people.